Can you hear me? Think your I think your microphone is it mine? Is your microphone muted?
Here, check.
Oh, I can hear you better.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
All right, yeah. I just use the computer mic. That's fine.
How are you doing?
Doing well. How are you?
I'm doing good.
Appreciate you inviting me.
Oh, you're welcome.
Whew.
How was your day?
It was good. It was a nice day. Can't complain. How about you?
Doing good. Yeah, doing good. Just watching TV.
Yeah, I appreciate you having me on, and I'd love to talk and get to know each other a little bit better. How long have you been doing this podcast?
I started this four years.
Okay.
I started when I was in college, and then I kind of stopped it for a while, and then wanted to. Well, I was doing it with another dad that I met on Instagram with. We did it for a year, and then I wanted to do it. I just wanted to get more involved in doing more things to it.
Mm-hmm.
Like doing a lot of giveaways, and I'm a part of a lot of diapering companies, and like doing giveaways with changing pads and stuff.
Cool.
So I was doing that and still doing that, but just still trying to get the word out.
Yeah.
It's hard, but being an uncle and not having kids, but just having nieces and nephews, but it's tough. Well, I mean, it's tough as trying to get products,
Mm-hmm.
but um, but promoting them, it's cool.
Yeah, that's cool. That's awesome.
So, tell me a little about yourself.
Yeah, so I am 29. I grew up in Harrisonburg, Virginia, and I've always been into music. And yeah, started making music when I was younger, and then that led to me playing gigs as a DJ, and that's kind of my main gig now. And yeah, currently married, have a 4 month strong daughter, and yeah, I've just been I'm here in Virginia, just kind of enjoying life in a small town here and enjoying being a new dad.
Well, I also did radio in college as another cool thing. I did a lot of cool stuff with that.
Really,
Yeah,
that's
like
awesome.
I've interviewed some big name people, some I would
Yeah,
say. But it's it's cool.
yeah,
I write my own stuff as on the side too. So
really,
it keeps me motivated.
yeah, that's awesome.
So what kind of things do you do with your daughter?
So like today we just went out to the river and just like sat on a rock by the river. She was stoked about that. And yeah, we just try to include her in as much as we can around the house.
And does she like fishing?
We haven't fished yet. I'm not a big fish I'm not a big fishing guy, but maybe one day.
Well, if she likes the fish in the water, then she
Yeah,
might be
yeah,
interested in
yeah.
fishing.
So she likes that. She likes napping on me, and she likes yeah, kicking around and screeching and smiling. She's got a heck of a smile.
What did like what did you want, like what made you want to be a father?
Um, I don't know. It's not really something that I really thought too much about before becoming one. I think I almost like realized how much I like it, and I realized that I wanted to be a father, or like that I enjoy being one, like as I became one. I never really like thought about having a kid or like having kids, and yeah, just last year it all just happened, and here she is. She was born on December 30th of 2021.
That's exciting.
Yeah,
Having your first kid.
I know it's crazy. So yeah, 20. I never thought that I never really thought about having kids, and then never really thought that I'd be 29, married with a kid.
Oh, everybody's starting young in that these days.
It's wild. Yeah.
I mean, I'm old, but I'm not like old. I'm in my 30s, but
Yeah.
I guess single without kids. But
Yeah. Yeah. I'm curious about your unclehood.
my unclehood is like, none of my nieces, nephews like to come over here. They kind of want to leave when they eat something here because my sister brings them over here, and then but my niece is she's adorable as ever, and she just sits there and lays on my lap or just sits on my belly.
That's
But the other two are crazy as always.
cool.
They just like to do venture stuff. I mean,
Yeah.
they're into like baseball and sports and everything and golf.
Wow.
I'm thinking to myself, no, I don't think you'll get me out of the house. I mean, it's kind of when I was in college, I found out I had a health condition, and that kind of screwed my legs up. So now it's like I'm in a wheelchair most of the time. I was not in one, but when I was like, okay, well, now I'm in the wheelchair and now my legs are screwed. I can't do a lot with can't get up and down like I used to
Uh,
do a lot of things with, but I can do some things, but
yeah.
it's sad, but I mean, I'm living the life I can be living.
Yeah. I mean, that's cool that you like have the drive to even do a podcast. Like that says a lot about you. That's awesome.
Well, I mean, I'm doing it all out of my apartment, so
That's cool.
and I do other things as doing having a cookie business that makes me money a little bit, but
Nice.
it's just keeps me motivated in my life. And I
Yeah.
mean, it's tough these days trying to make friends
Yeah.
because they always say you lose your friends from different things. I say, okay, well, if
Yeah.
I'm losing my friends, then I guess I'm gonna have to make some new ones.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely. People come and go. I guess that's how it goes.
But it's Uncle Life is good. I
Nice.
mean, I have friends that have kids. I've been watching them for years till since they were little.
Nice.
So changing their diapers till now they're older. And I don't have to deal with that anymore. But it's
Cool.
I do that too. I do that for my nieces and nephews if I have to.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Um, so what do you want to chat about? Anything exciting on your end that you want to share? You have any um exciting stories
Man,
or embarrassing stories?
the I don't know. I'm just like happy that you invited me, and then I'm also just nothing really comes to mind. I'm just like very. I think the last year for me has been super humbling because I like saw my wife go through a lot of like pain and nausea and like sickness and just like she really like overcame a lot over the last year. So it was really cool for me to witness that and really like the strength of women in general, her
Yeah.
specifically, but also just like the midwives and the doula and like the community that like formed around her was really cool and inspiring. So I think I'm like still really like buzzing and inspired and motivated by that kind of stuff.
Was that very interested having a doula in the house that you've never seen before?
Yeah, so yeah, it was like the whole process was really eye opening um, really from when we found out that she was pregnant to when we had the child to now, or when she gave birth to now. Um, yeah, it was cool. I learned a lot about just I guess nature, I guess, and like it's kind of like natural processes, and just it's been really, yeah, again, pretty very humbling and just like eye opening for me as just as a guy that identifies as a straight white male. Like like I have such a limited viewpoint of the world, so it was cool to like open up my eyes a little bit and like see new perspectives over the last year.
What does it well, this is an interesting question. What does a doula do?
So she helped during like leading up to the delivery, and then also like when she started going into labor, like when we went to the birth center, she met us there and was there to just like help help Cassie, my wife, and really just be a support system and an encouraging voice, and like would help physically as well, like hold different pressure points and stuff like that during the labor. And so yeah, that and like the the mid the midwives that cared for us throughout the year. We had like probably 15 or more like appointments leading up to um, the delivery, and then uh, yeah, a couple follow up appointments like after the baby arrived, and yeah, it was just really cool to learn about like the birthing process and just like the yeah, that just natural happening. It's really
Did
cool.
so you're saying you didn't have the child at like a hospital, you had it out on in like the house?
We had it at she was born at the birth center. So yeah, she was not born in a hospital.
Is that like it's way different than being in a hospital?
I, I mean, I've never done. I mean, this is our first and might be our only. And so I've never really experienced having a kid at the hospital, so I don't really know. But I do know that it was like very awesome, very unique, and like the care that we received was really awesome. And um, yeah, we were just like lucky that we had the opportunity to receive such great care. And really, my wife is, she wanted to to go that route, like, and did everything she could. She was really fearful of having C-section. She didn't want to have a C-section, and she really wanted to. She's like incredibly strong, and she really just wanted to do it um, in the ways that spoke to her. And then, yeah, and the midwives and all, everybody at the birthing center just was like super supportive of like, and listened to what she wanted, and really did their best to inform us of different options and processes, and like let Cassie and I really do what we felt we wanted to do, and especially Cassie did what she wanted to do. So yeah, it was really quite a quite a journey. So yeah,
what kind of things do you do like with the music?
yeah. So when I was a kid, I started playing piano, and then that got me into making beats in high school and like passing out beat CDs. And then college, I would do yeah, I actually did a college radio show a couple times, like a few different semesters with my buddy, like playing records and stuff like that. And then that got me into like DJing parties and events and stuff at when I was in college. And then I graduated university in 2014, and ever since then, that's been what I've done. Um, that's been my main gig, if you will. It's like performing as a DJ. So
Is
yeah, and
it
then
tough
is it
though?
is it tough?
Yeah,
Um,
to find gigs.
it it has been, it's kind of been all over the place. Like I've done so many different types of gigs, um, that it was all kind of organic and like word of mouth, how I kind of like grew and built it. And I feel still feel like I'm very early on, even though I've been doing it for like 10 years. Um, so yeah, kind of comes in waves. Like some seasons are busy, some seasons aren't as busy. And nowadays I've been doing a lot of private events and weddings, so that's been cool to like experiment with, and um, experience specifically DJing weddings and stuff. And yeah, and then throughout all those years, I was able to record a lot of music, collaborate with different artists, and then start to write and record my own music, some of which now I'm able to put out and release.
What kind of style do you like to record with?
I'm kind of all over the place. Like sometimes I'll like make beats and like rap, and then other times I'll just sit at the piano and like play play the piano and sing. So and then I sometimes I just like making like ambient music. Sometimes I like um, yeah, just experimenting and doing like experimental electronic stuff. I'm kind of really all over the place. So
Do you think your daughter would be musically?
yeah, I hope so, and I think she already is. Like it's fun because every once in a while I'm throwing more and more songs in a specific playlist that I've been making for her. So it's got like, I think it's got like about 70 or so songs in it now. So we can kind of like, we were just playing it this afternoon. So it's gonna be cool to like throughout the years just like catalog. I kind of like play stuff and then see what she likes and like what she reacts to, and then if she's in a good mood or we have like a certain experience or memory to a song, I'll just like put it in the playlist.
You
So
should do a
that's
song with her. Like make
yeah.
us get
I
her in
know.
the studio and
Oh
record
yeah.
something.
Yes, she's definitely inspired a lot of songs so far. Just like from even before she arrived, but especially afterwards, I have like I've been recording a lot of like voice memos and stuff, and yeah, I'm like excited to for those first moments of her like yeah, kind of incorporating her more and more as she feels appropriate. So yeah, it's gonna be fun. I'm super excited to see what she's going to be interested in.
Interesting. Yeah. Yeah.
So
That's exciting.
yeah, it's super exciting. Yeah, you can tell by me just talking about it. Like it's like it's one of the coolest things ever. Sometimes I'm like I gotta like pinch myself. It's like, is this real? Like, is this? It's so cool.
Do you have a lot of friends that have kids?
Um, I have some, but I don't. I don't know. It's interesting. Like, I have some friends that have kids, and then in a way, there's like a other group of folks that we are close with that were kind of like the first people to have kids in the group. So it's like, and what's really cool too is my brother, my oldest brother. I'm like one of four. I have two older brothers and one younger sister. My oldest brother and his wife just had their second child. So they had one child, then we had ours, and then just last month they had another kid. So there's three girls in the family. So my parents now have three granddaughters.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah, all of a sudden. So that's pretty
Well,
cool. Yeah.
I bet there's a lot of parties in that family
Yeah,
with
it's
all
gonna
the kids
be
running around.
yeah, it's gonna be cool. It's been cool to see my parents become grandparents, and it's been cool to see my brother become an uncle and my sister become an aunt, and yeah, and then also we have um, my wife's sister has a daughter who was born um, about a year and a half, maybe coming up on 2 years, maybe yeah, I think coming up on 2 years in July. So yeah, and she's an awesome growing girl too. So yeah, it's a lot of again, it's a lot of like um, yeah, powerful and strong females, which is cool.
Yeah, because a lot of like my sister, she has three kids. I don't have any, but her my brother-in-law has his brothers have two two well two two boys and then a girl, so they're all sets, but they're they have their they have friends that have kids and they have a group of people they hang out with,
Yeah,
and I mean sometimes I hang out with them, but not all the time.
yeah, yeah. It's interesting. Me and we also have two dogs, so it's kind of already a full house here. It's like me, my wife, my daughter, and my two crazy dogs. So it's like we kind of like stick to ourselves a lot. We'll just like hang out together, go on walks, and yeah, just be our own little mini mini pod. So we don't like
Yeah.
hang out with a ton of people, but when because we're not we're me and my wife are not like each super outgoing. Like we're able to be social, but we're not like we don't like totally feed off of that. Like we kind of like are kind of creative introverts in our own ways. So
Well, I feel like I'm an introvert already
yeah,
because I just sit at home. People take me to church. I can deal with that, but I kind of like my own space. Don't like to. I just
yeah,
like to sit and watch movies.
that's nice. Yeah, it's sometimes I don't know. Sometimes it's nice because you don't have to like I don't know. You don't have to talk to people, and you don't have to like. It's almost I don't know. It's there's like a simple art to being alone. I've always liked being alone. Like ever since I was younger, like just being in my room by myself, or in college, even just being in my room, like making music by myself. And even over the last couple of years, just like being by myself. So that's been one thing that's been very different for me now. That I do still have alone time, but it varies in how it shows up for me.
Does your wife like to like music too?
Yeah, she loves music, and she's helped kind of open me up to different um, kinds of music, and yeah, but she loves music as well. Yeah, so that's
Well,
been
my
cool.
best my friend that works with me like does the music part. I just do the lyrics, but we met in college and we've been just he lives in Reno, so it's so hard to talk to him most of the time. But when I do talk to him, I just send him my lyrics, and then he mix it into a some music for me, so I don't have to
Nice.
deal with that. I can just deal with the vocals
That's
and
cool.
write the songs,
Yeah,
and then just post them everywhere
really. That's
on
cool.
social media or whatever, Spotify or iTunes or whatever.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So it's kind of nice having somebody that's still interested in music and then we just send it back and forth.
Yeah, it's cool to. I've really like enjoyed getting feedback because I've put out songs this year, and like I started putting out a song a week in February, and it's been cool. Like I don't get thousands or sometimes even hundreds of plays, but like if I get like 40 or 50 plays like the week that I put something out, that's really cool to me because it's like people are having experiences to the music I make, and that's really what's cool.
That's why I started doing it on TikTok, just putting my music on TikTok. And then it kind of something happened. I guess my TikTok blew up from my Spotify. And then
Really?
one month, one March month, it blew up to be on a Spotify playlist.
Yeah,
And I said, okay, then how did my music? Nobody really likes my music because it's
yeah,
mostly sad. I'm mostly sad. But
yeah.
I guess all
There's
the
something
good,
for everybody. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So it's just weird. I was like, oh, this is interesting. This never happens.
Yeah, I know. It's funny. Me too. Like, I put out a song that it was kind of like a joke-ish song, and it was, I, it was one of my best performing songs this year. Like, it was like one of the songs that I thought was like the worst, and then it was like somehow did the best for a while. It was funny.
I mean, there is one song that everybody loves. It's called Ocean, and it's I don't know. It's it's about a love. I wrote it about a girl in college, and I mean these two people already got married. I'm thinking to myself, okay, but I'm gonna put it out there
Yeah,
and see how it goes. I'm thinking to myself, okay, so it's doing very well. I mean, everybody loves it. I mean, I don't know. It's just it's there. I
I
mean,
gotta listen. You gotta send it to me. I gotta listen to it.
but it's like the only song that I'm singing to it because it's the other songs, it's all spoken words. Just
Okay.
but a lot of people don't understand spoken word.
Right.
So they think it's just talking. And I said, yeah, it is talking, but it's my style.
Yeah, it's your perspective. Yeah, it's. I don't. I feel like you're right. Like people have a reference point for like singing and like music and stuff, but not as much of a reference point for like poetry and spoken word and stuff.
I mean, it's good. I mean,
Yeah,
if
it's
you
awesome.
I mean, I like it. I write all the lyrics. It's mostly about my life and about my friends.
Yeah, and therefore it's important. That's cool.
Um, and came out with an album this year. Well, I took all the like I have an album. What is I don't know what's going on. It kind of I had a full album. Oh, it's telling me it's running out. Oh, great.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. I have to update this thinking thing. Oh no. It's gonna
Sorry.
it's gonna turn
Don't worry
off.
about it once it gets there.
But it's it kind of told me to like, I don't know, it just has some old songs and it has full all other remixes all bunched up together,
Nice.
like a 12 song album or something.
Nice. That's awesome.
Yeah. Let's see what else I can hear. Well, mostly I tell a lot of people. So did you ever get embarrassed of doing like changing the diaper? Were you embarrassed
Uh,
about doing that?
no, I don't think so. It was funny. I just like my niece. We would take care of her sometimes, and I had changed her diaper a couple times probably, but mostly like before we had our baby, I was always just like, I'm gonna change enough diapers when we have our kid. So I kind of like shied away from changing diapers before I had my own kid. But now I'm the main I'm the main diaper changer. My wife definitely does it as well, but like in the middle of the night, I'm usually the one that gets up and changes her. And I've never been embarrassed about it. Um, it's just it's nice to be able to help somebody that can't really change their own
Yeah,
underwear. And so
yeah, yeah,
like
yeah.
I'm proud of the fact that I can
I
assist
mean,
my fellow human like that.
when I asked that, because a lot of dads get embarrassed about it, and
Yeah, I can see that.
and,
Yeah.
and that's why I asked the question.
Nice.
I've been asking. I am. I mean, I was like, I'm still like that with changing other people's kids, but I mean, it's gotta do what you gotta do.
I know.
It's disgusting, but
We all do it. Yeah. Yeah.
but let's see. What kind of things you do? So you like to go to the? Have you gone to like the zoo with your daughter yet?
It's actually funny. We actually went to a zoo yesterday. We did, and we were with a bunch of family, and it like it it was kind of like all happened really fast, and like we were there for a couple hours, but I don't think like we got the full zoo experience. Um, so yeah, but we actually it's funny we actually went to one yesterday.
It was there because I haven't been. Well, it's been a long time since I've been to at the zoo, but um, are they very crowded though?
This one was busy. It wasn't crowded though. It wasn't like so crowded that I got anxious, but it was like it was busy um, for a Tuesday. The last time I had been there though, it was not as busy, but that was years ago. So I'm guessing that yeah, maybe more people go now because they're like doing more stuff with their family or I don't know. But yeah, next time we go, I think we might go and try to take our time a little bit more. And also our daughter's 4 months strong, so like
Yeah, yeah,
it's not like she can
it's very
totally
interested.
yeah like she was looking around and was interested, but also like she's interested in just about everything that she sees.
Do you have a favorite animal when you go to the zoo?
Not really, no. Do you?
I do. Yeah, I do. I like the forget how to explain it. The long the long necks. The
Giraffes?
Yeah.
Man, that's all. I don't know. Yeah, I've probably seen
I mean, they're interested. I mean, I never fed them, but I would love to if I ever gone to a
one. Yeah,
kind of it. But they're I don't know why I was so I'm a little in love with them, but they're so beautiful animals. I mean,
yeah, yeah. It's crazy.
just
There's so many beautiful animals on Earth. It's cool.
I mean, it's I mean, I do also like turtles. I mean,
Yeah,
those are
turtles are cool.
cool.
Definitely.
I've seen those little suckers grow, or like they have those big top
Yeah,
things. I mean, so I mean, there's like some cool things.
yeah,
I mean, I would love to go to a petting zoo. That would be kind of cool.
yeah. I've never
Take
been
your
to one.
nieces and nephews to or something,
Yeah,
or your kids.
yeah. It's funny. It's just cool to see my daughter like interact with our dogs a little bit now. She's starting to know kind of who they are. Like she kind of like, and our dogs both have very different personalities. So it's cool to see her get excited when she sees one of our dogs, or like she's curious at one of our dogs' tails wagging or stuff like that.
Does she do they like sit next to her?
Yeah, sometimes like if I'm holding her, they'll sit next to me and her, and then our one dog, who's the bigger dog, he really loves her. Like ever since I brought her home, he would kiss her face. And the other one loves her, but doesn't show it as much.
Yeah.
So so yeah, it's pretty cool. They have another. I think they have another thing to protect. So they're 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 barking a little louder when they want to protect the house, I guess.
Oh, well, doesn't dogs always protect the house?
Yeah, yeah, they definitely already did, but now they just have one more thing to protect, I guess. So,
Yeah. My mom has a dog. She has a Westie, and everybody's obsessed with the dog. I mean, because it's so small, but the dog knows the
yeah,
little rugrats running around.
yeah, cool.
But yeah, I mean, sometimes like I think when I have if I ever do have kids, I want to adopt
Hmm.
because there's so many kids out there that don't have
Yeah,
homes.
yeah, absolutely.
So it's like, when should I start? I don't know.
Right.
When the time comes, I guess.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. There's a lot. The world needs more love. As much more love as we can produce and
I
generate.
mean, that's mostly I've interviewed a couple of people that went through the process of doing that. So
Wow, that's cool.
but yeah, so that was very exciting, and um might have them back on the podcast sometime to talk about more things.
Yeah, yeah. Maybe the more my daughter grows, I can come back and tell you more stories.
Well, I would love that. I mean,
Yeah,
so I mean it's fun. I like learning, and helps
yeah,
me out and helps each other out.
yeah. That's awesome. Yeah, I was excited that you hit me up. I'm grateful.
Not a lot of people like, it's so hard trying to find people on TikTok to
Yeah,
I mean, some people have kids, and then some people don't really like the podcast, or they just don't want to share their story. I'm fine with that, but
yeah, yeah. Everyone's different. Me, I just like I'm very proud of her, so I like talking about her.
well, it looks like in your face. So
Yeah.
you look like a happy father over there.
So is this Zoom meeting gonna end? It says less than a minute.